I started blasting.
I'm back, brothers. I've been training in the Alps, growing my hair, sewing my own denim outfits for this, the Arctic Blast only run. So after discovering that JCVD clip, it's going to have to be Jean-Claude Van Damme. It doesn't fit. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Damn, doesn't fit. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Arctic Blast then. So, Hurricane... Wait. No, that's not correct. I tried to find the right information, and I couldn't. Cold damage goes up, cold length goes up, range goes up, and only Cyclone Armor synergizes. And remember, it's not the girth, it's just the length. So you can watch me beat this while it grows. Quality jokes and content straight at the back. Plays 8 difficulty because there's something wrong with me. So just gonna be bashing my club. Gripping my wood. What the hell is... Wow. This is gonna be a long video for those who don't like that kind of smut. Cold planes, straight back again. Can you believe it? Level 4. Just from smacking some old people in the head. It's a real retirement village around here. It's slow already, I'll be honest. Slow progress. Now I did say generic attacks, and I've got a javelin in my hand. But throw is a generic attack to me, so I may be getting a little bit frustrated at this point. It still doesn't do that much damage, but it is significantly better than clubbing. Plus it's super satisfying as well. Oh, until you get the HR managers of Act 1, the Fallen Shaman, the Fun Police. Look at this. Posse. Oh, look at this skill as well. I really wanted to pick up that little bit there. A little cap. All about the fashion. And now we can just let loose. Oosh. Oh, look at that. Oh my god, profession. Are you serious? Bit of a miss there. Another miss. Hold up. Hold up. Is this guy a professional? No. No. I barely do this in my free time these days. Let's make some room for some more javelins, because I'm clearly extremely skilled. Yeah, I'm trying to use some throwing potions here as well. Just anything to speed up the process. I'm a bit worried that as soon as I get that first level, it's going to be quite underwhelming. Just checking if that had any splash damage. Seems single target only. I'm actually quite tempted to do a throwing. Am I tempted? Throwing potion only run? God, there really is something wrong with my head. Oh, look at this. A man was born to find a weapon that strong. Nice. Cracking some skulls. Taking some names. Growing my hair. Oh, and these guys. Players 8. They're pretty mean. Luckily they're super, what's the word, passive. Yeah, they're really not very aggressive on this difficulty. It's the first kind of area, so I guess that's the reason why. That kill technically was illegal, because I could have unlocked Arctic Blast at that point, so I'd stop watching at this point. I clearly have no regard for rules, much like Jean-Claude Van Damme's evil brother in Double Impact. Okay, so I'm kind of just learning it here. It looks quite funny. I'm going to have to put some points into energy. I mean, it hurts. But there's no way I'm going to endure just stocking up on potions and constantly drinking. I'm drinking now, but not constantly, guys. Come on. Now, first frustration is... And I know someone said play it with a controller because it like auto-locks and all the rest of it. You can't necessarily... Unless you hover over the character and keep it hovered over them, you kind of lose track of them and you can't see their health bar satisfyingly tick down. And of course, right at the beginning, there's always one, isn't there?
Is that all of them?
So let's get going. Let's get into the cold plains. You don't know if a skill's any good until you try it on a pack of women, as we all know. And that is satisfying already. And I appreciate the range isn't huge, but it's actually not bad. They could have really stilted it at early levels. When they line up like this, super satisfying. There are already some frustrations. the casting time is pretty brutal. But plays 8. And bear in mind this is level 1, well level 6 skill at level 1. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it so far. The levels are coming as well. I'm enjoying it about as much as Hard Target with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Still kind of learning. The cast time is unbearable. And you can kind of, I'm just kind of testing it, I'm just pissing around. But you do need to hold it down. You need to commit. And this is quite satisfying as well. Especially when you can line them up like this. Once I get that length going, the ladies all start dropping. Bit of cash, a lot of leather on me. That's the JCVD way, right? Gotta have some backup leather just in case. They see me scrolling. And yeah, I mean, I'm kind of running out of cash, I'll be honest, but I like getting the basics up. And a cold resist charm already. Oh, sell that one. Poison resist 14%. I'll hold on to it. Because I'm a glutton for inventory punishment. It might be useful. You never know. It might be useful for Andariel. It won't be. I can tell you that, but we're a long way away from the mother-in-law at this point. Stony Field. Now, I think the Hungry Dead might have some cold resistance. Not a lot, but a bit. I think resistance is... I mean, Act 5, not looking forward to it. No spoilers. It's pretty cold. I'm guessing I'm going to go up against a lot of resistances there. I don't think any of the bosses, as in the mandatory bosses, are that resistant to cold. Having played like a Blizzard Sorceress many times in the past. My favourite sorceress, actually, what's it called? Such a fan. Cold Orb. Took me a moment. Getting a bit old now. Yeah, Frozen Orb. Frozen Orb. Oh my god, guys, just kill me. Just kill me in the comments. Kill me. Let it be known. Trash tier YouTuber here. But Frozen Orb, a little bit of Cold Mastery, and normally like getting Hydra or something like that. Fireball, Meteor. Love it. Cracking through level 3 already. Look at that. 5 mana cost per second. So it has gone up for its original 4. We've got some range on this boy now. Chasing them down. Still missing them, but chasing them. And yeah, it wouldn't be one of my videos if I wasn't obsessed with gambling. Oh my god, can you believe I can't afford it? Okay, sorry. 14% poison resist. All for that. It is quite good because I can stack up a lot more potions. I'm getting a strange sense of satisfaction from this. I assumed it would be miserable. Oh god. Okay, I'm fine. And when I want to run away, I've got to make sure I kind of stop attacking. It can get pretty risky if you hold it down and then suddenly try and run. Oh my god. I mean, I've never died on normal difficulty, so that was 7 health. Yeah, never a down. Doing a little bit of panic spraying here. Heart rate's up there. Yeah, it's definitely worth keep pushing it. See, level 4 already. So actually, I mean, look, we're almost got up to 50 DPS. Maybe to this point trying to convince both you and myself that there's some viability here. The big problem, and I wish they'd thought about this with a number of skills, it just needs more synergies. It would unlock so many more builds. And put some random synergies in there as well. Like Mana Creeper, whatever it's called. The least useful of all, or maybe it's one of the more useful of all the Creeper skills. I find the Druid has got a lot of actually, I mean, I'd quite like to do a Poison Creeper build. Although someone was saying that actually is like the speedrun tactic. I know nothing about speedrunning in this game, by the way. Look at this. Just cash, cash, cash. Ring of Greed. Yeah, absolutely whack that on. Wolf of Wall Street here. That head. into the underground passage. Reminds me of the dark fighting pits of Jean-Claude Van Damme in Kickboxer. Barely. We're spraying and we're paying? I don't think that's the phrase. They're paying. Maybe I could turn this into a find the best tagline possible. I'm actually slightly resentful that I didn't think of Arnold's performance in Batman Returns. Is it? I don't know what the character is. Mr. Freeze? He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He loves it, clearly. Trying to be cool. I think it's Mr. Freeze. But yeah, the puns are going to be strong with this one. Normally, this little zone in the underground passage is like a, ugh, I can't believe I've run into these guys. The worst party ever. Actually, this skill, I'm so used to having single target skills in these challenge runs, but I can actually kill more than one thing at the same time. Maybe I've really missed that. Look at this. Oh, and we found the big boys. Let's get these gym bros out of the way. Shattered. Can be a bit concerning, these guys, especially because they've got a chance to stun. This is me trying to run away. There'll be a lot of that frustration. I think it probably lasts to the end of the video as well. And look at that. Getting a bit professional at this point. Now I'm stubborn enough, knowing that I've never died on this difficulty. I'm not going to stop attacking, but I panic at this point because I run out of mana and I need to run away. Everything will be fine? Never a doubt. Never. Never died. Never will. Easy game. Players 8. Look at this neat pile. That face on the right looks like quite a good meme in the making. I would have bet against me having any room for that. Into one of the massage parlours. Thankfully shut down. Very, very dangerous place for any young woman. Whether you work there or not, really. Bit of cash, a few gems. Never paid tax, Deckard Cain, on his part. Still owes a lot in tax. What are we up to now? To that weird segue. We're stacking up skill points, by the way. You might not realise that, but I'm putting as much as I can into Arctic Blast, but we've still got a lot of the skill points from the first part of the game. And I had to get up to level 6, we've got kind of banking those. When we get Cyclone Armour unlocked to level 12, we can start unlocking, putting a point in one and putting a point in the other. Like both the main skill and the synergy. Bit disappointed there, I kind of thought I had more to sell. Back to the Stony field. Oh, we've got this mad lad as well. What a coward, hiding by the wall. First time. First time. First time. Yeah, oh, there you go, one first time. 1 out of 5. That's the 50-50, not so cool. I love this, the graphics here look so cool. We're in a place called Tristram. We're going to rescue Deckard Cain from his impending tax investigation. A lot of the young girls, of course, went missing. Ones that were going to testify against him. Look at this, is risky. This is risky. Let's get that old man. Like a Sean Connery-like figure, right? What was the movie with Sean Connery? With Jean-Claude Van Damme? The Quest? Reminds you of The Quest with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Oh, nice! This is a real rarity. The Pelta Lunata. 40% faster block rate, which is great, and 20% increased chance of blocking. There's a few other nice things as well. Bit of energy as well, that'd be good for us. What a cool find. Pretty rare find, that one. Got to put some more points in dexterity. I always kind of expect more people to call me out. I think one person was like, I can't believe you put dexterity with the so-and-so build. That's like one comment on all of my videos. My incorrect stat choices. I know they're incorrect. Sometimes I do it on purpose. Ooh, Black Killer. Well, I shouldn't even say that. That is a very controversial hero. That would not go down well in Hard Corpse, would it? Starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. Griswold here, and we can start seeing one of the other additional effects of Arctic Blast, the slow. Let's put that extra point in because we're going to need the DPS here. I've sped this footage up just for everyone's sanity. His magic jockstrap there. Really pleased with that, I've got to say. I only maybe found that one other time. So finally we got the synergy. Cyclone armor. I actually really like this skill, I'll be honest. So it absorbs damage. What more could you want? It absorbs it from all the elements, really. Fire, cold and lightning. I think poison gets through annoyingly. To be honest, those generally can be the most damaging. We can actually put a lot of points into block. And then essentially become almost immune from everything.
Hello.
He says, knowing that's definitely not going to be the case. But it's nice to have something that actually block elemental damage that's not just resistances. Pain Clasp. Symbolic. Poetic. Ooh, nice little 10 mana there. I'm actually going to put that other ring on as well. Don't need the money. Yeah, get rid of it. Ring of Greed. We're not greedy. We're a bit like Jean-Claude Van Damme in Hard Target again. Ooh, 100 defense. Nice. And we can actually put another point in Arctic Blast. Now we've got a question. Are we going to get more bonus from putting Cyclone Armor or not? Luckily, we don't need to make that decision at this point. We can put them both. We're up to level 8. Hitting that 100 DPS. 6 mana cost per second. Pretty okay. Got fairly decent range there as well. But as she said, it's not long enough. It could be longer. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to train to make it longer. Love the noise of these, by the way. Bit kind of cow level-y. I mean, that is quite a nice little range. Quite a decent little control there as well. Oh, nice. Got to be a bit careful here. We are getting surrounded. We do not have a huge amount of health. Thankfully on Players 8, the damage doesn't go up too high. More of the issue is the enemy hit points. Death Maul the Dark. Getting a little bit controversial. What is going on? I'm not going to show you that yet. These ghosty boys. And I've kind of been looking forward to the ghost. When I first thought of this run, I thought, oh, it'd be so good for ghosts because they kind of stack up so well. And another level up. Players 8, honestly, is actually quite good fun. It's the right kind of skill level for someone who's played the game a lot. The EXP just keeps coming. Look at that, up to level 9. And the DPS is actually scaling pretty quickly. Still at 6 cost per second as well. The range doesn't go up every level, which is kind of annoying. Almost every other level. And that guy was actually cold judged. I'll tell you what, and I swear, Players 8 is insane for Magic Find because so many more items drop. So that is good. I mean, look, I'm not going to be hitting anything with it. But the main thing is that 15% resist all. And we got this bad boy as well. Zaru's Iron Fist. We'll keep it in case we get the rest of the set. To be honest, even if we get the rest of the set, probably put it in the bin. Probably gift it to someone like Warif. So sometimes I announce that I'm trying to do this to get runes. And people say, you shouldn't be doing it on Players 8 because less runes drop. Fine. Number 1, calm down. Number 2, I'm going to subvert the fact that I said I was going to play this on Players 8 just for you. These guys are players, honestly. This is why I'm playing on Players 8, by the way. It's a little bit easy. Look at that. Oh, lovely. And actually, well, apology. Cordial apologies to you, sir. You are probably right. 3 is actually pretty decent. And I get one of the runes that I need, the stealth armor. Which at this point is almost a mandatory find. And if you don't run around giggling, collecting that gold, there's something very wrong with you. Ooh, look at that. 3 wolf, 2 raven. That would have been amazing. My raven run. Amazing. Might put it on anyway. Nice. I say it's quite a decent area for getting the old wolf heads. Definitely going to get these ghosts. Ghosts are always worth killing, by the way. I remember seeing a guide from someone, I can't remember who it was, someone quite small. And they were like, look, just got to hit the ghosts. They don't have a huge amount of products. You can tell I've been at work. A huge amount of items that they can drop from. Like their item pool is quite limited, but it means there's a good chance of them dropping runes and gems and scrolls if you're a no-town barbarian. Oh, nice, that's what we wanted. Tal. Look at this little setup here as well. I'm sure I've seen this before, but it's pretty rare. It's quite nice when you see things like this. I mean, you wouldn't put it up like that, but it does feel like someone's made a mod and put them to look like that on the road. Look at the range on this now. And what's nice, you can kind of just... I really don't like the way it looks like a teddy bear. Another +2 Raven, unbelievable. For those who haven't watched the Raven one video, I don't blame you. The quality isn't great. But I do not find any helms with more than +1 to Raven, and I really, really grind for it. Like hours. What you can do is kind of strafe around. Look at that! Scripted event. Incredible. Actually look pretty cool. Bursting through the door. No, but we know where we're going here. We're barracksing. And this area, this actually really reminds me of the fight at the end. And I know I've mentioned it a lot, but I'm pretty certain it's Double Impact starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. And then like the boatyard bit at the end. The docks. Sorry, boatyard. What am I, 6? In some ways. Right, there's a muscly man around here somewhere who owes me a hammer. Oh, he's here. We got him. The Shaman are pretty intense. You think most games these days, I think, would actually put a timer on their ability to resummon. There's definitely not one in this game. Let's stack up. This can go many different ways. He's a big muscly boy. Reminds me a bit of Tong Po in Kickboxer, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. I can't really see. The problem is, it's really annoying as a skill that it doesn't just lock into the creature. And you can see that it did get interrupted as well. He had nothing. What a reward as well. Yeah. I mean, he does have that fast hit recovery, which is actually quite annoying. What was he doing in here? What are these women doing here? These aggressive women. Incredible. What a party. Looks like Andrew Tate.
Charcy will be thankful to get this mount.
Love this little area as well. I love the coals. Whole place looks incredible. Not complimenting Andrew Tate on his digs here, but level 11 as well. So we're good. Mana cost still good. Look at that. So we get about 14 to 16 for the synergy at this point. At some point it might feel like, oh, the synergy is a better return on investment. And other points it might be actually the main skill. We'll get them both maxed out by the end of this, I reckon. The experience is coming thick and fast. Nice. And actually, it feels pretty intimidating now. This is back on Players 8, by the way. Look at this little dining area. Oh. Someone's had a bit too much port. And they've got a bit aggressive by the looks of it. Now they're regretting it. Oh, they are actually there in the... yeah, they really have interrupted dinner here. Nice little world building. I really don't like these chairs, by the way. They look super uncomfortable. I tell you what, I do really like the chair at the end. Just this is me just testing to see if they did a like for like on all the cutlery and stuff. But whoever has to sit on that chair at the end, so you can like finish your meal and just lie back really uncomfortably. What a terrible dinner party.
In 4th place is me.
Maybe not the worst dinner party, but it looked pretty bad, I'll be honest. A lot of moaning in the taxi home, I imagine. Oh, the jail. Oh, jail is the worst. Both in real life and in this game. Immediately had what looks actually like a bit of fun. There's loads of unattended candles here. That's just dreadful. That speedy boy behind me is slightly annoying, but maybe more right about the skeleton archers as they reposition. Okay, because I can't check who he was without interrupting and having to go through that casting animation. It does look like there's some heroes here. What we want to try and avoid is the ghost one, because they are 50% cold immune. Nice, and luckily that guy was a little bit out of range. Got a bit curious. Skipping the rest of the jail because I hate it. Trying to find anything to like about it as well, anything to talk about here, other than just don't do drugs, kids. This is where you'll end up. Vitality, I've got to push vitality a bit. Strength, to be honest, probably get away with not having much in this. Super satisfying that. Some of these edits are a bit questionable. Clearly, I wasn't so pleased about the jail. Look at this! What kind of Pikachu fan club here? Actually, pretty satisfying. We've got to get rid of this guy. Oh, they busted through the door. Those goatmen have got opposable thumbs. I'm going to risk it. Now, it is a risk. But you never know. Ooh, level 18 as well. That is dreadful. Well, it's worth a bit of cash. I'd say it's worth the attempt, but let's be honest, none of us are getting that time back. I just assumed because it was at a lowish item level that it might roll a lowish skill, like a level 6 skill, but I was incorrect. Well, maybe it could do, but you roll the dice, don't you? This cruel game. And this is why I came back to you, by the way. Look at this. Ooh, that is nice. The lightning, not so good. But actually, I find those like 7% resist charms are really, really good. I've had characters like level 80 with still packing a few of those. They're really just nice to be able to top up resistances where you're just missing a few. And you can often get some other bonuses on them as well. I say often. It's so rare actually, but yeah, I think I had one with health on as well, and it's like 8% resist, 7% resist. Topped up my smiter. Oh, the charms are coming in. Charming. A bit like the actor Jean-Claude Van Damme. Look at that, we're almost got the bingo card. You can tell I've had a pretty productive run, and I've managed to get every waypoint. And this looks like it's a little bit busy for my liking. Close to lining up. Good thing is at this level, I've actually got quite a decent cold. So even though I'm just tagging everything just a little bit, it's really preventing them from kind of closing the distance. And you don't have to like get close to them, target them and get hit by the guys in front. You go straight through everyone. Really satisfying. Actually, at this point, not a bad skill. It's very slow to cast, that's the only problem. You have to stand still, and you have to just sit and... yeah. Maybe it's not great, but compared to a lot of the other challenge runs I've done, this is quite good fun, to be honest. I'd love to know what this guy's called, but so we'll have to just make it up. You have to pause the video, I didn't see it. Probably something controversial. Some controversial names. Bonash. Oh, he's actually cold immune. He's such a Chad. Whoa, busy, but there is a traffic in here. Some kind of Irish christening going on. What is that guy doing? I think he wanted to run away, but kept changing his mind, or couldn't run anywhere. And luckily cyclone armor. Now annoying, and this is the same thing with bone armor, it still registers the hit, and you get the of the character, but you're not taking any damage. Bert. I said but like Bert then, I'm sorry. Standards are dropping. The more I'm just sipping on my drink. Gonna get much worse. Much worse by the end. A bit like Double Team, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dennis Rodman. Oh, this should be a pretty satisfying area as well. Black cooler as well. Yeah, we are getting some check like a controversial meter at the top. I don't want this to be a controversial video, but you should not be calling it black people. You should not be named after that. A few rares here as well. Plays 8, man. Hold up. Look at the side. That is nice. They've added that in. Reminds me of the Ardabil Persian rug in the Victoria and Albert Museum in London, which is a great museum, by the way. Recommend it. Actually, maybe recommend it more than the British Museum. Queues for that are unbearable. But the V&A, as it's known, queues aren't too bad, and the quality is very high. And that rug is pretty impressive, because it's the size of a room, and it's very, very old. A bit like me these days. Hey! Nice little level up there. Not sure I'm really hitting this guy. Looks like I am. Oh, he is a hero. Bane Rend. Bane! Probably the single worst performance from an actor in a TV series. Movie of all time is Bane. It's my go-to stupid voice while walking around the house trying to get stuff done. So 15 to 18 damage there. Nice. Little bonus. And synergy. The nice thing with synergy, I'm actually putting the synergy to use. Bingo! We did it! So you can showcase some of the combat here. Retreat. We're getting them all in range. A lot of them have been colded already. That's a word. And the thing is, I'm not taking any damage. Cyclone armor is doing the work. It's overpowered. It's the best build. Try it out. Plays 8. What an unlikely pair. Well, love finds a way. I honestly can't think of a single a love relationship in any Jean-Claude Van Damme film for that reference. So sorry, Jean. I don't remember you for that. A lot of stuff here. Not much of any note. And those gloves are probably better. 6 defense might be better than 4. More than anything else. There's a bit of resist there. Let's chuck this on the ground. Let the cleaners get that. And now, Mold Shield. This is a pain. I do want to kill these guys because the experience is really good. But the actual experience, the in real life experience of having to kill these guys is just such a pain. So I'm just going to run away. When you finally get into a decent position, they love to reposition themselves. And they are very cold resistant as well. Clearing out some ghouls. Ooh, nice. That's not a bad find at all. I would have preferred the unique version. But this is... No, I'm not sure this is good. Because it's got that 20% cold resist as well. It's thematic. Technically we do have the synergy there, but unfortunately synergies... Man, they could really do with buffing them. Like, give us a reason. The chances of you finding both of those, by the way, is so slim. I think maybe once before. I know we finished maybe some of the earlier sets in some other videos. Not really finished, but got like berserkers and stuff. But they should just give some really, really good bonuses, some wild bonuses, and give you a reason to equip them. Grab that for the hard cash, hard cold cash. So, Jean-Claude Van Damme, up to almost a hardcore level, 19. Well over leveled. Plus 16 to 18 damage as well with the synergy. So level 12, this should be pretty pedestrian, right? Should be as easy as it is for Jean-Claude Van Damme to do the splits. 75 on chainmail as well. That is a good find. So we're at 37, 30. So 7% better block chance. I actually think at this level, stacking defense is good. So just checking we're on players 8. We are. A bit worried for a moment because it's not been too difficult, but I'm really over leveled, really. And I'm always a little bit concerned with Andariel because you're never quite sure how it's going to go. Quick retreat here, and the doors in this overpowered. I think I mentioned before, I remember being quite young and reading a guide like Diablo tips. This is original Diablo, by the way. They were like use doors. They even had some like pictures of where to position yourself in a doorway. And I used to love stuff like that. Absolutely love it. But you're not playing the game. You're reading about it on very slow to load web pages. And there was such like a, I don't know. The world felt quite small still, even though the internet had opened out to so many people, because everything felt so like homemade. Now everything's too professional. Well, that's why you're watching me, right? Frankly unprofessional. Well, I am when I play this. The blood trail there. Really need to tidy. But somewhere in here I can smell the perfume of my mother-in-law. Nice little charm drop. What? This is incredible. This is so annoying as well. I haven't got any room. Let's just get rid of this ghoulish lad. See what we got here. Oh god, I can't believe that's so annoying. Oh, there is a scroll of identify there. Which one are we going to do? Go big. Should have gone home. Right, let's clear out some of this detritus. I think we're doing okay. The damage is okay. It's not as much as I thought it was going to be. The thing is, we're level 19. She can't hit us. There's a block you can see when she did finally hit us. Now the poison is doing something. We're going to hope she doesn't spam it. She's running out of time. Okay, bit of a spam. Bit more. Yeah, a bit more. Okay, calm down. Calm down. Oh, the AI has learnt my weakness. Solid work there.
Andariel,
A few gems.
your reign is
Ooh,
over.
interesting little short bow there as well. Pluck eye. We are finding some absolutely random stuff. I don't think I've ever seen that. It is really bad. They should have just put plus 10 damage on or something. That is dreadful. But it is unique. And that was the gamble of choosing to identify the large instead of the small. And some other like random stuff here. We can sell all this for the good stuff. I don't know, sorry, a lot of these edits I've put in, I think I might have just put them in. They're a bit too long. Normally the cuts are quite... I like it when the cut's like smooth. They're a bit protracted, look a bit weird. I think I might have done that for the whole video. I'll tell you what, there's no way I'm going back and doing that. Absolutely zero chance, so... Let's just relax into it. Just a stylistic choice for this. Now normally, I wouldn't bother with the sewers. And part of me can't remember why I even bothered. Maybe it was the worried look on Atma's face. Or it's probably because this is another day of recording. And I'm like, oh, let's do the sewers. Foul eater. That contextually makes sense for this place. Probably helping himself to one of those river logs. I don't know what skeletons eat. There's probably a good pun there. Probably something bone brand. Bone brand? No. Bone meal? Bone meal. There we go. I used to be funny. And then I took an arrow to the knee. Then I took a marrow to the knee. Oh, I really messed that up. Come on. Stealth. Let's get back into the game. Faster run walk. Faster cast rate. Faster hit recovery. Regenerate mana. It's perfect. And I've done it in a breastplate. I've really wanted to find splint mail just to really, really annoy people, but alas, we've not. We're maximising both movement, cast rate, and that fast hit recovery, which can be quite annoying, getting interrupted because the casting rate, that beginning like wind-up cast, is really annoying. We found this relatively quickly. The experience is great, and this, I mean, tell me that doesn't feel good, considering the pain I've had some of these videos in the past. Not only that, occasionally I'm freezing them as well. Let's reposition. He sounds like he needs a glass of water. Oh wow, this guy. This is not good. So I keep saying it, Players 8 is normally okay, but if you ever get someone who's pretty resistant to something, then yeah, they are really resistant. So I've had to speed this up quite a lot. I am not looking forward to some of these fights going up. Like, oh, God, I tell you what, Izual is going to be absolutely crippling. Yeah, we've got to hope the Ancients merciful. So we've got a decision out. We've only got 1 point to spend. I think we're going to push Cyclone Armor a bit. Synergy's good. It's not like we're losing out too much damage. But it's nice having the extra defense, to be honest. I've not got huge vitality. You can see 200 hit points isn't huge. And some satisfaction. Nice. I mean, look at this. It's like Cats the Musical. And they just line themselves up. If you've never seen Cats the Musical, please never do it. It's absolutely terrible. And I've got a general dislike of most musical theatre. That is the worst of all of the musical theatre I've ever seen. Oh, it's busy. It's busy. Oh, and these guys, annoyingly, every time they get hit by the Arctic Blast. Someone said that the only reason they don't like Act 2 are these guys. Just a reminder that they are just as prevalent in Act 3. So it doesn't really count as points against Act 2. So I think they've probably come over on a ship from Act 3, the worst act. What you can do is kind of stun them against the wall, so that's what we're going to do. They are really annoying though. So classic portal trick. We know we're going to have to get the cube at some point. Almost, girlfriend, flame bang. Act 2 really reminds me of Star Sand, which is a great survival game. I really want to play that again. I did basically complete it. Got all the achievements as well. But I just love desert environments. I think at this point we're getting a lot more damage, and we're up to 266 to 304. That is really shot up. Didn't take too many levels to do that either. Since Andariel, it doesn't feel that long ago we were doing 100 damage. You can see, Players 8, this is actually like quite good fun. And with Cyclone Armor, normally you'd be like, oh, this is just death. But I only started taking damage when the Cyclone Armor wore off, which happens a lot because I forget to recast it. Let's go talk to Grandad. And, well, okay, it's a tough decision to make. That is something I've criticised, and I feel now I've got a solution to it. We do have the 25% already from the armour, from stealth, and now that 12%. I don't know if we need as much as 37. And I've got no desire to check a table to meta it. So we'll just hold on to it. It does not leave me a lot of loot room. I'm trying to think of a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, but I think I might have got Kickboxer and Bloodsport confused. And that is not a difficult thing to do. I think he's, other than Jackie Chan, has played a movie where he has a twin more than any other actor. So they generally kind of blend into one. Which is not a bad thing. A bit like playing Diablo. All the runs kind of similar. But it's still a great fun to watch, right? Oh, when these guys are lining up. You see the range you've got now. Look at that. No chance. And normally, I'm having such a tough time at this point, like having to attack one creature at a time. But this is super satisfying. And what's nice, that you can see, I'm taking out the front line, and I'm taking out the back as well. Oh, there's a hero here. You can tell there's some bit of right-click panic there. Viper Slime the Unholy. Bit of a cocktail. I really like that cocktail thing I did, by the way. One of my other videos. I think I only got one comment on it, but I thought it was funny. And actually, I think I've seen a Diablo cookbook, right? Well, now there should be a Diablo cocktail book. I'm not writing it, by the way. I've barely got any free time as it is. Ooh, lovely pair of gloves there. Level 14. So we're up to 7 mana a second, which is quite a lot, but damage is good. We're averaging 300 damage per second, assuming no resists, of course. You.
How may I help you?
Busy inventory. Not that pleasant. Get rid of it. But I'm not... Normally at this point, as you well know, all of those jewels are just in the inventory. I literally never use them. I've got no plans of making like blood gloves, are they? I don't need the crushing blow, and that's the only reason I ever need one, to be honest, in these runs. Let's be honest, they never roll with anything particularly useful. And into the Maggot Lair. I'm looking for... What? What? Yeah, I mean, I was looking forward to it. I actually quite like the Maggot Lair now, I'll be honest. I've always, like, thematically thought it was awesome. A few areas that people really hate. This one, Arcane Sanctuary, to me, if you're going to have dungeons... What? Hold up! Wait a minute. And that, friends, is the worst possible roll of Nagelring. 15 to 30%. We got a 15. It actually has a few nice little bonuses there. Bit of damage reduction. And I love Magic Find in this game. Love stacking it. Now I know it's just down here. Okay, it's not. Now in one of my previous videos, someone commented on one of my misconceptions as to how to find the next level down and to think of it like a clock face. Now they explained it in the comments. I didn't quite understand it. But I found a picture and it does make absolute sense to me now. Banger of a tune, this one as well. Act 2 music, peak music too. Look at the lovely map, this one. But as I was saying, Maggot Lair, Arcane Sanctuary, a lot of people are like, oh, these are some of the worst areas. If you're going to have dungeons, you may as well make them thematically super cool. I think Cold Burrow, whatever his name is, Cold Worm the Burrower, I really can't remember. I think he might be Cold Immune. Let's make some room for this bad boy. There's a ring there as well I want. Unfortunately, a lot of these sand maggots have probably come out of his bum quite recently, in which case they're not worth any experience. So, oh wow, yeah, dominating, literally dominating at this point. We just got the run, Lost City. Lost City is actually on a timer, so sometimes I like to try and get as far through as possible, in hopes I can always get out of the Lost City before it gets dark and get into the... I wonder if it would be possible to get into the Valley of the Snakes before it goes dark. I think you've only got about 17 seconds. And I always love showing off this guy. this to me shows how much they loved the remaster when they were making it. The Dark Elder has a completely unique character model, and it's a brilliant one. Yeah, slow clap. Wait, is a slow clap a diss? It's not meant to be. I'm slow clapping because I'm wiping tears between each clap. And look, you can see there, because we have poisoned this before, so I know there's someone in there, and there he is. It's a charming place, this. Really is.
Snakes. I hate snakes.
Yeah, I love the Indiana Jones reference there. Storm Slime. Again, this looks like another guy. Storm Slime the Hungry. I don't know what he did during that storm to get that name. He must have eaten... definitely eaten something he shouldn't have done. I should try and remember this kind of map layout. Maybe I should just turn left. See if that's better. Getting a bit prepped here. I'm always a bit worried about Fangskin. He's a speedy boy. He's a Pikachu. And he's always got some mad lads with him as well. So we've gone the coward's northern route. I'm getting a bit surrounded here. I want to take this Guardian out. The Unraveler there. Let's get rid of some of these creatures. Just wait a moment for the poison clouds to dissipate. I can hear the snakes. And I hate snakes. Yes. Once you're on the steps, it's just such a joyful moment getting on those steps. Especially when Pikachu goes down, you can really enjoy yourself. You can see, and you tell by the way I'm hosing them down. I'm having a bit of fun now. Let's get rid of this guy. Let's clear the area out for the next people who move in. Clear out the squatters. Ooh, heavy boots. Oh, they are really bad find. I'm getting a lot of stuff dropping, but that is really absolutely pointless. It's full. To be honest, even for someone who's using, why you'd be using Leap, I'm not quite sure. Although it does, a lot of people. Maybe it was in my Jaden Braden video. A lot of people were saying Leap is actually pretty good because it stuns.
Here, I have heard of your many deeds of. You may enter the palace.
Maybe I've underrated that voice actor, Jaren. Ooh, see, I'm not worried. I mean, I'm going to be a bit dodgy. The magic arrows, I think, are getting through, unfortunately. Oh, maybe they're not. Yeah, they are definitely getting through. Maybe it's partially physical. I know it shouldn't. I'm pretty certain Cyclone Armor is only the main elemental skills, right? Magic is technically classified as something else. Oh, that's a busy room. Definitely interrupting some sex games in here. I hope that you were watching this on the TV and someone walked in just at that point. I was like, what are you watching? What is this? Doesn't make any... What is he talking about? Sex games? I hope that's happened. I really, genuinely hope that happened. I'm going to do that more often. Just some isolated, just really unpleasant statements for friends and loved ones that walked in. Oh, hi, Mum. Hi, Dad. You're early. Interrupted some sex games. What are you watching? Oh, son, not again. Anyway, let's not do too many sketches about you and your familial disappointment, which we know is real. Well, that actually sounded like it really hurt then. I can imagine getting shot with an arrow from that range. I think you're allowed to say, ow, arch. Where is everyone? Well, we all know where they were. They're in that sex game room. That's me demonetized. That's the name of the video, by the way. All some muscly lads here. They're not minions, annoyingly, so we know Fire Eye is, well, here he is. Not bad damage. The Invaders' AI is very odd, the way they're... I'm trying to run away here, but again, getting caught up on myself. Again, they could have pressed him for the kill then. There's some really weird AI that they've got. What is he doing now? And that's Fire Eye. Please don't run away. Nothing that exciting in his death.
This was not designed
Loving this
by nature's
area.
architect.
It's this kind of like unique... And the reason why I'm playing Baldur's Gate, and really ultimately want to get into Baldur's Gate 2 and Planescape Torment, is it's just areas like this. You know, that whole like Dungeons and Dragons fantasy. It's just the world is so rich. And they try and emulate it a bit with, maybe like in the Elder Scrolls with the Daedric areas and stuff. And they just don't have it. They don't have the imagination the guys used to. This is just incredible imagination. And of course, the best thing that like Diablo 3 could do is just copy it with Zoltan Cool, right? But to have like this, I don't know, I don't even know how to describe the Arcane Sanctuary, but just like a wizard lair set in space. It's like floating, weird floating architecture, like Escher-like architecture floating in space. What a good idea. So cool. One of my favourite areas in Baldur's Gate 2 is like the planetarium, is it? I can't quite remember what it's called. Planisphere? That's it. And it's just a huge ball, golden ball, that seemingly has no entrance. That's just arrived in the city, just appeared in the middle of the city, and it's like moulded into the buildings. And everyone's like, where's it come from? What is it? And then you can finally get into it and have an adventure inside. It's just peak. It's just so much fun. So the whole thing's so cool. And this to me, I mean, I can see people be like, oh, it's just annoying that, you know, it's one of 4 directions. So it's, I mean, it's limited in a sense. But to me, like, it's just so overwhelmingly cool. The idea of it, that it's, I can forgive it. And I've decided to look at the symbols here. Someone said, oh, you just check which symbol's missing. Which one? There's triangles there, circle. Which one is it? It's the one that the portal's blocking, isn't it? It literally is the one under there. Which one is it? It's much easier just to keep clicking on this. Smart. Okay. I should have... Oh, actually, I could have looked at the waypoint. Ah. I should call my channel Big Brain. Big Brain Moves. 24! Love 24 as well. Should I change that? It's too late now. I've commented on it. I think Jean-Claude Van Damme was in No Retreat, No Surrender, which was one of those movies I was duped into buying back in the day on DVD for about £3 because it had him on the front cover. He, I think, speaks Russian in it for about 3 minutes, and then the rest of the movie is about a kid seeing the ghost of Bruce Lee, played by someone who looks very unlike Bruce Lee, training to be the bad guy. I think they may even fight Jean-Claude Van Damme at the end. So maybe it's not 3 minutes, maybe he's in it for 6. But it is so good it's bad. So yeah, No Retreat, No Surrender. And he was 24 in that, as I am now in this. Stick that hard wooden shaft. I can't be bothered to make the same jokes as before. I should do it though. Just stick it in hard and fast. That's again one more of your mum and dad walking in. What are you watching, son? Stick it in. Kill that guy and stick it in. Now, I'm just overwhelmed at this point as to what I'm going to do. I'm trying to pump that block chance. I think that might be what saves me. I've got a feeling the Cyclone Armor will probably negate, and there's cold resist on that ring as well. That's I'm going to lose the faster cast rate. Probably worth it. Let's make some room. We're not going to get... Oh, nice little... good for a leaf room worth that. Oh, no good. We're just kind of commit to it. I'm hoping that his Frost Aura will get negated by the Cyclone Armor. I might just put another point into it. Oh, do I want the damage? Let's go damage. The quicker he goes down, the better. We're up to almost 400 DPS at his max anyway. Probably averaging like 360. Assuming he's got no resistances. And I think he actually has semi-decent cold resistance. Oh my god, if he plays 8, he's got a lot of hit points. And he's stunning me a lot. You can see my Cyclone Armor is actually getting whittled away quite quickly. It's not the cheapest thing to recast. I can't believe he's doing that much damage. His Frost Aura. It's not quite Holy Freeze. A lot of this recording is made harder. In fact, I've got cramp in my foot. Okay, I've adjusted. Just a quick speedy town by. Stock back up. Safety portal. I mean, I'm in no real danger, of course. We've got to get you back up against the wall. Otherwise, that stun actually really stun locks you. And it is really frustrating. You can see he keeps knocking me out of the attack. By the end, I don't know what it is. He loves making it pretty tense by the end. But every time he kind of interrupts me, I have to go through that unpleasant recast animation while being slowed down as well by his aura. There's not much I can do about that aura, unfortunately. It's can't be blocked by cannot be frozen. Not that I really have access to it at this point. But always nice to be at this point and make some decent progress. What is going on? That is incredible. I've never had this much luck, by the way. I mean, it's absolute crap, but 2 unique rings in Act 2. It's the power of JCVD. And the Dragon Chang as well. We've done really well with loot, I'm going to say. Absolute rubbish. 100% damage to undead's quite cool as a modifier. If it had maybe the same to demons as well, then maybe you could up it. Socket it with something. Thinking about it, there are so many good pole arms in this game with some really good modifiers. Ignore my Dragon Chang upgrade conversation. I'm loving this. Been playing a lot of Izual Dale. It's kind of probably likely to be the next video. And of course, being through Baldur's Gate in this place really reminds me of the kind of environments you get into in those games.
I'm sorry things didn't turn out as you had hoped. Go and remember us fondly.
Oh, it's just so good.
You bothered me far less than most.
It's just, I could never be that good at voice acting. I mean, I'm so bad anyway. But that seems insurmountable.
My ship is yours.
I tell you what, I mean, look, the voice acting in this game is, of course, incredible. I was really impressed with Baldur's Gate, gotta say. There's some absolutely solid actors in that. Some very silly actors and some rubbish voice acting as well. We're just maybe when it gets a little bit too like modern American. No offense, but it doesn't really feel like it brings me deeper into the fantasy world. Not many Americans in Lord of the Rings, for instance. I started listening to that on audiobook. Pretty good, actually. I've never read it before. In fact, I've tried to read it a few times. I've read The Hobbits probably 4 or 5 times. But it's a much easier book to get into. And this is satisfaction. The running out of mana is not satisfying, by the way. That's not what I'm referring to. But when they line up, it's difficult not to have fun. And we're getting some pretty decent length on this now. Now this is always a little bit concerning. Now I've come down this way, and I know in my heart this is the wrong way. It's going to be all the way around. So you can see immediately I turned around at that point. And now we're in this little narrow little walkway. This is good. This little mini entrance. I'm not sure if I've hit Sark the Burning there. Because everyone felt a little bit too easy. Oh, there you go. I realised he was green, actually. I mean, I'm not discriminating, but... Really, really tough, Sark the Burning. Extra strong and cursed. Because these creatures are actually pretty tough, these spiders. But their AI makes them pretty passive. That's pretty good. Is that triple resist? Cold and fire. It's a shame one of them's poison. If it was lightning, we'd be hugging each other right now. There might be an upgrade. Oh, yeah, probably. When you're not sure, that you think sometimes it's nice to have a change, right? I do like the way the light boots look in this as well. The light plated boots. They look pretty good. And this is normally pretty close to like the worst. And I'm trying desperately to kill my and it's real slog. This is going pretty well. Maybe Act 3 is such a slog because I play such bad builds all the time. I'm just going to bring you back. I haven't done this for a long time. I don't think I've done this video. But have I not noticed this before? See, it was there originally, and they've really gone to town. Look at that. Oh, and even like drippy slime. I mean, I think we just call it blood, but... And that boat, the little wobble of the boat. I love the old like 3D renders of areas like that. Again, like that's part of the reason why I liked Baldur's Gate and associated Infinity Engine games. I think they do so good with their like 3D rendered environments, like static environments.
Yes.
That little boat wobble there. What? Fast hit recovery. Is this incredible? It's got faster block rate, increased chance of blocking, and it's got life and resists. If that life and resists roll, if this dropped in like Nightmare and that life resists roll, life resists roll was good, that would almost be the best shield I've ever seen. That is an incredible shield to find. I didn't think we'd replace the old buckler. And nothing lasts forever, except for the flare jungle. We're getting through it. It's not been quite as bad as I thought it would be. Pretty bad. I get no satisfaction from killing them, really. Maybe that's a bit of a lie. A bit of satisfaction, because you want them to die. Steel burn the flare. Oh, sometimes it's kind of... I kind of want to see Ratman, if I'm honest. Passive Ratman. I miss him when he's decides not to show himself. I'd love to know, let me know in the comments if you guys have also had the same weird error that I get sometimes when he just doesn't attack. And often I play on a, well, like 50% of the time I play on like a modded version, just so I can play as like a female necromancer. I had one where you could see like the monster modifiers, which didn't work out very well. And this one I've actually turned off the quest pop-up because it just used to annoy me so much. It's nice sometimes when you walk into Izual and you see the quest thing pop up. Most of the time it's really annoying, so... Yeah, I've got a mod to remove it this time. But the reason why I was mentioning that is because... What is going on? 20 cold, 30 light. That's a 50 resist ring in total. What is he doing? That is the best. That's almost the best of it. And it's got faster cast rate. And magic find. What the hell? This is like some of the best jewellery I've seen. And along with that shield. Some of the best stuff I've seen. From a normal run, definitely. sometimes it's a little bit annoying when the equipment is too good. Because you want it to be a challenge, but I'm sure there'll be challenges up ahead. Act 5. I'm not looking forward to. I love killing this guy. It kind of signals to me the end of the kind of flare jungle area. So I know a little bit up the road we're going to get close to where we need to, which is Kurast. A fine reward at the end of very miserable. And this, guys, I literally stood up when this happened. Another Nagel ring. Now, annoyingly, it is better, but annoyingly, because I've restarted a run, this isn't all in one continual run, because I don't have that much free time. Because uniques can't drop more than once in the same game. So it's annoying in a way that I've got 3 unique rings, but I'm getting repeats because I've had to stop the game and restart and do things like sleep. Bit dangerous, this. Never in any real danger, of course. Got to be a bit careful not getting overwhelmed with the thrashers here, because they can stun lock you. And that portal there you can see behind me, it's because, yes, there have been times in the past where I've died against them. Not on normal, of course. Never died on normal. What a save. Ladies, let's plunder the only library in the whole of Sanctuary. Level 19. At this point, it seems a shame not to get it to 20, right? As soon as we can. So it's great that we're doing as much damage as we are. I'm getting a little bit worried that we're already at level 20. We're at Act 3, and it's good. But it's not going to be quite so good by the end of Act 3. And then by the end of Act 4, it might be struggling. And then by Act 5, where everything's got cold resistance, we could be in real trouble. Good stuff dropping here. We found a lot of loot in this total run. A lot. And a lot of that is thanks to Players 8. It's just so much more drops. Rubbish. Loads more rubbish drops is what I really meant to say. Grandad? Need to get him a chair. Nice. We've got some points to spend here. I'm loving the block, to be honest. I like the idea of trying to max out block rather than putting points like I normally do into vitality. Quite a lot of charms as well. That inventory is looking absolutely terrible, by the way. But we're not going to do anything about it just yet. Not until I run out of room. It's like, you know, you don't do the washing until you literally run out of every item of clothing. You're like, let's do it all. At least maybe when I was a bit younger, that's the way I used to think. We've got one of the best waypoints to get, Trav. Unfortunately, we've got some Night Lords here. And as you can see, they are pretty tough. Very cold resistant, annoyingly, the undead mages. Devil Slime. I promise I need to clear these guys out. And I do. And he drops. Well, I didn't want to see his spetum. I did not want to see his spetum, but he showed it to me at the end. And I definitely didn't forget to go to the sewers. So I definitely didn't have to backtrack. Kill some bat boys. And get the heart. Really, really nice shrine, this one. Because we know all those hydras are going to pop out. And even this guy's going to pop out. A bit of a weird bug there with his hands. That seems very manageable. Now, when they are clumped together, they like to heal one another, of course. So it's going to be a slightly different story at that point. But with this fire resist shrine, I've got no chance, mate. Damn, I'm trying to run away at this point. Come on. Oh, damn, I've been cursed. Unfortunately, the curse overrides my fire resist. And I don't know what I'm doing now. I'm assuming I'm doing a lot of damage, but I could not. Thankfully, I was. Nice. We got his penis. I don't know why I whispered that. Penis? Penis, is that you? Did sound a bit like that, didn't it? I hope nobody's called Penis. Christened Penis, that is. Again, another one. If your mum and dad maybe decided to come back a bit later when you finished watching. They were like, are you still watching this? Penis? Yeah. This is the state of affairs. It's the kind of thing that entertains me now. It's like TV, but not as good. Talk. This fight was a real endurance. He does a little wave goodbye. Let's see that again. Goodbye. That's nice of him to wave goodbye. Good luck. Time to get pounded by some black guys in a dungeon. Like your internet search history, mate. Not a great fan of this area, I'll be honest. I don't like the areas that are too, like, RNG. I mean, this whole area is just, like, nonsense. I wouldn't care if they're, like... I'd almost rather it was just more linear. It's that fly in the face for what most of you want, but... I quite like RNG enemies. But set layouts. And here's the way to do this, by the way. Is just run through everyone. Make a portal. I was thinking of going through and kind of thinking about like resetting creatures that might be following me, but no one even bothered. I might be making a big mistake here. As long as the cyclone armor stays up, this is probably the most egregious. Sorry, a bit obnoxious as well, but egregious non-use of cyclone armor in the whole game. And I can't even watch it back; it makes me cringe so badly. Just put. I can easily get one shot. It's not impossible, but I'm just addicted to doing damage. The thing is, when you're like mid-range, you're getting pelted with spells a lot. You've got decent resist though. Yeah, now I'm kind of panicking, casting a few times unnecessarily. One of the problems we're having, this happened with Nick Dagger and Bone Armor, is it's quite expensive to cast, considering my mana pool. Part of me thinks it might be better to draw out some more melee attacks. Use some of that incredible block shots we've got now. Going pretty well. To be honest, I mean, we are getting hit pretty hard. Ooh. It actually probably is more dangerous in melee. Guy slaps. He's just got such big bony arms, he can really slap. Luckily, unlike Andariel, he only seems to hit like once. Andariel's got that double slap. His little T-Rex hands, like claw hands. Mephisto's just got maximum like leverage, really winding up that slap. I always find when you come through the portal, it's like the most dangerous part of fighting him. Not great drops. Interesting to get a rune out of it. Baal's not too bad. Oh, nice. Actually popped a treasure chest and got some treasure. Not much there. Real time, I am the world's fastest gem upgrader. But yeah, it got to a point where, well, I want to keep Saigons, just in case. But it was getting a little bit too messy. This is looking much nicer. Look at that. Oh, just tidying your room sometimes just feels good, right? With Jordan Peterson for you there. Level 20. Up to almost 500. 12-yard range as well. So for our metric brethren, that's 12 yards. You know what a yard is, you can work it out. Brilliant. This actually happens relative, but maybe 1 in 3, which makes sense, seeing there are like 3 exits to this place. Having a 1 in 3 chance of it being almost immediately to the side. You can have a blistering pace in this act, and you won't believe what happened. Not the soul. Can you believe it? An amulet. A unique amulet. The jewellery in this. That's actually not bad. Puts me up to 85 fire resist. I'll take it. That is our 4th bit of unique jewellery. 4. I've had some runs where I haven't found a single piece of unique jewellery and I've got to hell. Through to the end of hell. It's almost like I've upped the unique drop rate. Now my punishment is this 12,000 hit point Behemoth with 75% cold resist, by the way. I don't think that gets any more. I think even in Nightmare in Hell, he's got 75% resist to cold. But when you are a cold attacker, and you've got 12,000 health to get through, and he slows you down as well, it is truly one of the worst experiences I've had in this game. It took so long. Here's 10 times speed for you. No wait, here's 20 times speed. Here's 50 times speed. This is 100 times faster. I've never done 100 times speed. It was just, oh god, it was the worst. My finger hurt just from holding down the mouse. That's how strong I am. It took so long, guys. But we got through it. But I was not the same man afterwards. A few little blocks there, you'll see. Cyclone armor as well, protecting me from these magic boys. This is maybe controversial. I'm not a great fan of this area. I find it quite annoying. It's quite difficult. Maybe it's just because I'm not very good at the game. I liked it with the punch pally, because at this point I just got quite good with him. But you can see how many, there's just so many creatures to get through. I just find it a bit of a slog. So no more points to be put into our maxed out Arctic Blast. But a point in Cyclone Armor at this point gives 28 to 30 damage. And giving us more resist to some of these mage attacks. Getting interrupted quite a lot more often than before. I think my high level in the previous axe starts to level out. And this is pretty dangerous. These guys just stun lock. They have crushing blow chance, of course, so they can easily take your health down quite quickly. But this is not the best place to be. And I'm never in any real danger, you know this. I think luckily I've got pushed right into the little corner and actually only one could really hit me at any one time. Look at that. Oh, someone a bit late to the party there. Never a doubt. I was in doubt, I'll be honest. I was in some trouble back there. So, the reason why I get excited, the Bone Helm was not exciting, by the way. Unless you're a Necromancer. +3 Arctic Blast and 2 Socket. Superior Antlers. Incredible. I just need an Ort and a Soul Rune, and that's part of the reason why I'm doing this guy. Doing him? Oh god. Don't tell my wife. The reason why I'm having to do him in the UK, doing someone like that, if you say like that, means you're gonna beat him up. The reason why I'm doing it is because I want an Ort rune, which I know I can get in Act 5. Really, I want a Soul rune. I'm not sure if it's going to drop. I'll drop that trash on the ground. Always nice to get a circlet. They've got some just incredible chance to get some really good modifiers on it. On circlets too, so always worth having a look. And fingers crossed, let's see what we get. What we don't want is a skull and then tier rune. I don't know what the worst you can get is here. It's pretty bad. It's normal, so I can't expect too much. But I don't know what it goes up to, but it's nice to get something up there. Oh, perfect topaz. That's good. Flawless ruby. Very nice. Ugh. Yeah. And that is the collective groans of 1,000 players who've been disappointed by the Hellforge drops. Just a reminder that these little statues follow you. The heads follow you, which is cool. Maybe they should have spent less time on statues with heads that follow you and more time just finishing this act. Who am I to criticise? It's my favourite game as well, and it's not done, it's not finished. Look at that, just spray. So I'm kind of like hosing them down like that just to give everyone the cold debuff. At this level, the cold length is huge. Now, what are your bets? The reason why I'm stopping here actually is, one, I wanted to see if my blast could get to the other side. Also, see the little fireballs coming up. I love the way the lava looks in the original, by the way. It looks incredible now, but it looks realistic, and I like the fact that it looked a little bit magical. It just had that like color palette, which a lot of the games did. I don't know if it's like a 256 color palette, but there's a real like depth of color, like warmth. I don't know how they did it. I don't know what it is about it. If someone can describe why it just looks so good in old pixel, like that kind of just pre 3D, how they got the graphics to look so good, and why the color palette looks so good in some of these fantasy games. I'm talking mainly like Baldur's Gate and Diablo. And I must play the original Diablo as well. I've been really craving it. I bought a lot of stuff on the recent Steam sale. A lot of it is for the benefit of playing for this channel. One is Tomb Raider, the remastered versions of those, because I love those games. There's loads of stuff to talk about there. Look at the damage. We're basically averaging 700 damage, and we've got 50% block chance. Yeah, this should be pretty easy. And these Inferno spewers, I think they're called Venom Lords. Should know by this point. But the Venom Lords, the biggest danger of them is their Inferno. When you've got 85% fire resist and you've got Cyclone armor. Come on. You're not that guy. Getting quite a decent pack here because I'm getting clearly very cocky when I realised I was doing 700 damage. But the reason why I was talking about Diablo specifically, the original, is because the Diablo 1 music is playing in the background. But if there are games you guys want me to cover, I mean, look, I know you want me to do more Diablo 2. I've played a lot of Diablo 2 in the last few months, so it's nice to mix it up. My Baldur's Gate video was not as popular, and I understand why, but, you know, sometimes I want to just do what I want to do, right? I'm not going to be that kind of channel who just, I don't want to burn out. I want to carry on playing the games I love and, you know, enjoy doing that. I'm not even sure what I'm doing up here. I'm just taunting them, am I? Definitely hit both the seals. Maybe just getting them into this, like, nice little line. Problem is I've not been concentrating, and I see that probably was the Grand Vizier. 3-socket flail. Oh, was a disappointment. Not much you can do with that. I think there is the odd rune word. They've added a lot of rune words as well. One video I'd quite like to do is maybe massively up their rune drop rate and do a rune only run. I know a lot of other guys do similar types of things and just suffer trying to find runes. But I don't really hate the idea of upping the drop rate to make it a little bit more fun. Otherwise, all that happens is I just have to record 20 times more footage, which is basically what's happened in my Heart of Fury Icewind Dale run. That is a real slog. Now this was slightly more dangerous. I was getting surrounded quite comfortably by them. Comfortably is probably the wrong term. I wasn't happy about it, and they weren't cuddling me. But their melee attacks were pretty tough when they were getting through the block. So I think it might be worth putting some more points into vitality at this point. The block's pretty good, and you can run past them at that point. Hit that and they will die. I want that final seal. We've only got the big red guy. And then we're on to, I think, what's going to be probably one of the more challenging acts. So that's him casting Bone Prison on the portal. I've got decent resists, and I've got Cyclone Armor going. So the biggest problem is going to be running out of mana, I think. I don't know if we really want to be in melee range. I'd almost rather he just kept casting this lightning. So I'm taking damage. Got very good fire resist, got 85 fire resist, and we've got the Cyclone Armor. But I'm having to recast that Cyclone Armor a lot, and it's over 20 mana a cast. So yeah, I'm getting through those pots maybe quicker than I want to. At this point, all I want to see is looking over at Diablo and seeing that he's getting his health chunked slightly. And he is. So it really is just a matter of enduring these attacks and getting back to town when we need to. But after some concerted effort, we find ourselves in this position. He's on the back ropes. And this was the perfect range, by the way, to bait out his lightning attack over and over and over again. That guy mid-range, so here we go. How many times do you reckon he's going to do it in a row? 3? Oh, you think 3? Or are you thinking like 5 now, aren't you? Because you're being clever. Okay, that's 4. Yep, there's 5. Oh, yeah, there's 6. Yeah, there's 7. There's 8. Count with Diablo. 8 times. Yeah, I kind of like it when like speedrunners. I don't watch a lot of speedrunning, to be honest. Maybe like awesome games done quick. And these drops, chef's kiss. Some interesting ones here. Sanders, brilliant by the way. 40% faster run walk. And we've got that Dex as well, which is great for additional block chance. Chuck those in the bin. Howl Tusk, I used to love this by the way. I had this on my Sorceress in the original Diablo. One of the original rune words. A really weird one. But I just couldn't understand. My small brain couldn't get past the 35% mana return. Or damage return to mana. I just like, is that really good for a Sorceress? So I put loads of point into strength. And it didn't work out. But as I was saying, I don't watch a lot of speedrunning. Awesome games done quick I quite like. And like summer games done quick. Be careful not to walk on that guy's feet. There, trip over him. He should really be inside. We're in Act 5 by the way, and I will eventually get back to what I was talking about. Just stocking up. And we're off and away. I don't watch a lot of speedrunning. I can't even remember what the point I was going to make is now. Look at that face. Wow. Really reminds me of Planescape Torment, actually. Really glad they redesigned it in the remaster, something maybe slightly more thematic. But yeah, whoever designed that originally was solid. It's difficult to comment on it, I'll be honest. Look, maybe it looks like just like someone's mother. So good luck to her. I was talking a moment ago about speedrunners, and all I wanted to say, a very small point, about how I love the fact they kind of unpick a run to such detail that they can like manipulate enemy AI, and they just know, well, if I stand here they'll do this move and then I can just do this. I kind of like it when gamers do that. Gamers. With recording for this, the length of this video, it's not like I record for 2 hours. There's a lot of incoherent nonsense and wee breaks and stuff that needs to go on. So at this point, I've just been listening to my own voice for far too long. Bit of help from the lads. Ooh, Ort rune. We do need that. We need, I think, a soul and an Ort. And actually, it might be worth just putting that into the helm now. Skulls and rocks. Weird. Weird. I've mentioned it before. Nobody's commented on it. Is it just acceptable to you for that to be a thing? That there are like weird... I mean, what? Yeah, Schenk did not stand a chance. So far, it's going pretty well. Remember, like, I haven't bragged about 1,000 times. Plays 8, lads. So these guys have got a lot. I actually found a crystal sword. And many people will hate what I'm going to do with that. Because it's not even like I complete the rune word at this point. But these players 8, these guys have just got so much health. And I'm getting interrupted. You can hear that block hitting quite often, which is good. Nice. The experience is also pretty good. I'm always a little bit annoyed that, of course, the boss man always takes so much longer to kill. But the experience is actually not that much better. I should say better, really, sorry. It's clearly getting late. I'm dropping my T's. Cyclone armor, level 16 now. Up to 800 damage. On Arctic Blast. I mean, maybe on normal, it's just pretty good. Magic Find. Oh, actually, I mean, it's a shame those aren't combined. We've got such a good amulet at this point. I mean, that 50% fire resist. There's a debate there I'm having, because sometimes it's nice to have broader use, but fire resist is just generally so good. Maybe not for this act so much, but... Ort. So I need the Ort, I need a soul. I'm far off getting a soul. But there's no reason why I shouldn't just put that in now. We can just enjoy 30% lightning resist. He says, for some reason that came out like such a normal thing to say.
What do you need?
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do it. I've just, at that point, we know a spirit will be a massive upgrade to this build. And I've got a few runes. I say a few. I never remember what the spirit rune word is. I always think it's Rautir Tal Sol, which I think is the 4-socket medit. I can't even remember what that is, but it's the pole arm that gives you meditation. But I know there's an Am in there. I know there's a Thal in there. I think the Am's the pain to get. Now there is some real chaos going on here. Sharp Teeth say, this guy was an absolute tank. I mean, I'm speeding this up. Normally I wouldn't even bother fighting that guy, but I do want to kill the barbarians because I want the rune reward. Let us out. Let us out. They're a little bit American in this, I find. Let us out. And it's nice when you get them back to back like that. I'm never really that good at finding my way around this. It's not like I've played this game for thousands of hours at this point. Yeah, a little bit demanding. They said let us out a few times there. It felt a little bit rude. Didn't even get a thank you. Yeah. Sometimes it gets a bit messy. And it's just time to get out of there.
In Aragath. Have things truly come to this? After the Mage Wars, I assumed Druids would never be seen in Aragath again. You take a big chance coming here. To be honest, I have never been comfortable with your shape-shifting kind. But I do respect your search for balance and peace. Thank you for rescuing my men.
That's cool. I've not heard that one before. There's a lot there, which, I mean, I don't know much of the lore of this game. I'll be very frank with you. But some Druid war? Okay. So it looks like I've got a Ral, a Tal, Thul, Ort, Am. Yeah, there we go. That is Spirit. I'd still check it a few times before I committed. And I'm such a decent level. I really don't need to do this, but the experience is good. And the loot's okay. I mean, you can see the experience just jumping up. Probably getting maybe 20%, 25% per run. It's not taking a long time. Shale rune as well. It's always a nice find. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but that is a really loud train going past. It's always only when I want to record. So, damage almost up to 900. We've got decent vitality. A little bit of dexterity, a little bit of vitality. It's costing 22 mana, as some people like to say. But 22 mana is a lot. Considering I've only got 5 casts of it. Or technically 5.8 or something. Now, is this big brain or is it not? I just wanted to see if I kill him near the rectifier. Is that super big brain moves? And the answer is, it did kill everything, but unfortunately didn't give me any experience, which is kind of the main reason you want to be doing that. Casey Ryback here. I don't know if you guys, I hope some of you have, heard some of the stories about JCVD getting really cross with Steven Seagal, but... And I saw here in the distance some like skulls in a tree, and I'm like, oh cool, what is going on there? But actually it's just the fence. Yeah, they've got this really weird skull fence. I'm not a great fan of the aesthetic of Act 5. I don't feel it fully meshes with the world. But it was interesting to see, and I love the fog. Fog in any game that looks like that just reminds me of Silent Hill, by the way. But yeah, I've never really seen it from this kind of angle before, and how far into the distance you might be able to see. I was hoping I might be able to see something down the bottom or whatever. And I got interrupted, rudely interrupted, by the way, by these guys. 2 guys on the lash. That's slang for having a drink, by the way, and a lot of drinks. Yeah, cool, like gradient there as well. Like limitations of the amount of colours you could use back in the day. Again, probably 256. No, it couldn't be 256 colours. It might be not too far off. Just cracking through this. Look, guys, I hate doing Anya's quest, and I know I should. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I am going to do it, because I never do it. Sometimes you've got to get out your comfort zone. But I'm not loving fighting some of these cold, resistant guys. And I'm also not a great fan of these Moon Lords. Thankfully, we're not quite at that point. Maybe it's the Death Lords. Just the worst name, by the way. Maybe it's the Death Lords. I mean, Frozen Creepers, it proves my point. The Death Lords are the guys that can't be frozen at all. But Frozen Creepers... I mean... This is it's really, really very painful. And the experience is okay, but... It's not worth it. And these guys... Interesting, they shut up. They should at least give me a bit of an indication as to how hard it might be in the next area. So those Yetis are generally, the Snowdrifters are generally pretty prevalent. As are the, like, Succubi variants. Oh no, no, not like this. Okay, we managed to get out. But not through ability, through luck. And these guys... Yeah, this is rough, man. I understand their champion variants. And just as I say it, I get myself stuck. Well, the good news is, damage-wise, I can take it. the bad news is nobody wants to be in this position. And then again, I'm trying to escape, but yeah. Luck rather than skill, once again, saves the day. But through every second I cast this, my desire to rescue Anya is being drained away. It feels like I've been hitting this guy for so long now. Yeah, you had to watch it, and it was painful. I had to actually play it, and it was super painful. And this was the first pack of normal creatures, and I was getting absolutely battered. And I thought, I tell you what, I will take that amulet, and I will never be back. So I think I shouted, "Good luck!" to Anya in the distance. First gem shrine as well, we've seen. And even found this little chest area. Amazing chest ahead for those Dark Souls fans. Bonesaw Breaker, which I think is a super unique. And I literally have never fought him like 3 times in my life. But I thought, when in Rome, drop that club as well. Don't know where that was hiding. His peg leg. Mixed emotions coming into the Ancient's way. He can go one of many different ways, but it's always going to be ancient. Now, splitting these guys up is going to be a real pain. I've got 40% faster run walk, plus I've got that 25% extra for run walk as well, so I am quite quick. But these guys are quick as well, and splitting them up is often more luck than skill. If you don't have a skill that can get you out, like charge, teleport. And the Cyclone armor is not really doing very much against their physical attacks. It's Talic that you've got to worry about. This Whirlwind can hit 3 or 4 times in a row. I've got decent block chance, and that's a pretty good attack there. Didn't do a huge amount, but at this point I'm looking, I'm thinking, okay, these guys are definitely, we can definitely beat them. Yeah, not great there. The angle just wasn't really working out. Good thing is I can hit a few of them. Problem is old Corley loves to jump over the attack, and then Madarak's a little bit too far back. And I don't know where Talic's gone. Okay, this could work out for us though. So Madok there actually has pretty decent resists to something. I think I don't remember. I've looked these guys up before. I think he might have some decent cold resist. But it's not going to help him. Not when you've got a level 20 skill. Yeah, maybe it should be better at this point of being level 20. It's a shame you can't get something that, like a synergy that improves, like cold skill, or what would it be? Cold mastery? That's good. Sorry, all this snow is slowing me down. My brain. Metallic. I mean, I was retreating to get him to his usual kind of like, please don't whirlwind spot. Didn't need to. Bit more block chance, bit more vitality. So the truly exciting thing, maybe the good news and bad news. I've got good news and bad news, guys. The good news is we're maxed out. This is almost as good as the skill's going to get. The bad news is I don't really have anything else I want to put the points into. There's no other like attack ability. I'm not going to get summons because it might cheapen the run a bit. Oak Sage is probably the only thing. I mean, Solar Creeper, I do kind of want to keep the Creepers for a Creeper run. Although I can't see that being any use. I think Oak Sage is the only thing. At this point, it's got 60 life, I think. On players 8, it will die in 2 hits. The nice thing is, because I've been playing quite a bit at this point, I'm quite good at positioning. The damage is good. I mean, this, get out of the way, I'm on a roll. It's quite nice when you get to a certain point of like Zen with the build, you kind of know how it works. I mean, I still make a few mistakes with this one, especially when I'm repositioning. Often I reposition, but just turn my character and fire into nothingness. But it's super satisfying, like getting into a good position, just a little retreat, And of course the enemies like stack up into just the perfect little run for you to blast through all of them. And you can see no bingo coming. Bag 5, I've been screaming through it. Oh, chill out, Baal, man. Trying to justify putting more points into Oak Sage. Level 2. So maybe can survive 2.5 hit. I don't know, probably still not. But the experience is still coming thick and fast. And finally, the Death Lords. The most try-hard of all of the enemies. And they can't be frozen. So the best tactic seemed to be just to blast them down. And hope that they're kind of like frenzy double swing attack. Actually, Oak Sage there coming in clutch. I do miss the good old days. I'm sure it was immune to physical at one point. But they must have removed that because it was overpowered. Actually, not a bad tank. Yeah, good boy tank. And here we go, guys. The last area, the final fight. I am a little bit annoyed I haven't been putting in more Jean-Claude Van Damme references, but I think I've covered most of my favourite films. I'm a big fan of the guy, by the way. I love martial arts generally. I know many of you guys have seen some of my intros. But yeah, even maybe the cheesier 90s action martial arts I absolutely love. And this is really bad, by the way. 3 of them. When you've got a tank as powerful as the Oak Sage, nothing to worry about. Yeah, I love Jean-Claude Van Damme. I love him as a human being and an actor. I really recommend watching JCVD, which is a movie he did. Maybe what many would consider to be after a period of not really working, but it was very emotional. And yeah, it cemented him as, to me, like a great actor, great entertainer, a great guy, great martial artist. And if you ever want to see somebody playing a twin of themselves that's not Jackie Chan, then Jean-Claude's your man. Speeding up this bit, I don't think you want to see any of this. Actually pretty close to another level, considering what we're coming up against, which is a Players 8 series of Baal runs. Mana's not looking good. The range on this now, look at that. Unfortunately, I'm being a little bit silly and then suddenly switched my target. And now I've changed my mind. Yeah, you don't come in for the skill. Because if you did, I'm going to tell you, it doesn't get much better than that. On my videos at least, but it does on anyone else's. Act 2, and those skelly boys erased from time. Incredible, and we can hit more than one at the same time, and one of those was Akmel as well. Bit of clutch repositioning here. Oak Sage there as well. What a Chad. Getting in, brawling there. It's so satisfying when you don't have to like draw those guys out. A bit more concerned with the third wave. Hence me running away, bravely running away. And that's really frustrating. It is actually quite a slow attack. Now it looks like, I mean, actually very similar type of damage, scaled damage to how we were doing in all that time ago in Trav. But annoyingly, they're just so concentrated here, and they absolutely love to heal one another. Now again, Cyclone Armor would have been brilliant here. But you'd have to be the kind of player to remember that that's a skill that you've got. But when you've got this kind of good attack opportunity, sometimes it is worth just blasting them down. Shooting them in the back. Always a bit worrying when you're fighting things just outside of the trigger range for Baal. 61% block. I can hear the hell music from the original Diablo playing in the background as well, which is so cool. Now this would worry a less experienced player. It'd probably worry a more experienced player, but I'm just at the right point of inexperience and experience where I'm so casual about this. With cycling armor, you almost like stunted their worst part, and these honestly seem easier to fight than the Venom Lords in Act 4, for whatever reason. Again, my biggest nightmare here is that the minions of destructions will suddenly appear and back these guys up. But the most frustrating thing is there's no damage. It's just because the way they wrap around you, you can only really hit one at a time. Yeah, solid experience as well. You can see I've already got almost half a level. Just clearing up. We saw that there was a little set staff there, but no good to anyone. Put it in the trash. Now, I was curious to see how well I'd be able to perform against these guys, and it wasn't good. Now, one of the hidden inverted commas mechanics with Arctic Blast is it actually slows down creature regeneration speed. And I thought, well, these guys are pretty notorious for their regeneration speed. So maybe this is where this skill is going to come in clutch. It did not. All I ended up doing was pulling some more Death Lords and just thinking to myself, why am I doing this to myself? But players 8, you need something like static field or something. You need a decent tank. You need someone with static field. You need to let someone else do the hard work, basically. That's my pro tip for those looking to play online. Decent resists at this point. And yeah, still pretty chilly. So if we need to unlock more in Nightmare, then we can. But let's make some history. Let's get this guy out of the way. How's the damage looking? I think it's having beaten Baal on Hell with Ravens. This is like, okay, everything since then has been like, oh wow, damage is pretty good. And even poor old Mick Dagger, that was Poison Dagger getting through Act 5 is just, yeah, you guys, you don't know how it changed me. But this, I mean, it's nowhere close to like the pain of Izual. Because with his DPS, he can be pretty decent DPS, especially if Baal gets into melee range. He can dish out some damage. He can drain your mana, dish out massive damage in a quite short period of time. But Izual was just absolute endurance. But this feels more manageable, and even with the old, it's interesting. Some of the twins that really reminds me of a great actor. But yeah, I mean, it's annoying actually. I thought I'd managed to dupe the other twin. In a really good position to hit both here as well. And I'm pretty much tanking most of the damage. At that range, most of the damage is very manageable. It's annoying getting frozen quite often, but I'm not getting pushed back in this particular position. I'm only really concentrating on Baal proper as well. I'm not going to go for his twin brother. Let's just stock up for the last bit. I seem to remember someone saying it was quicker to get potions in like Legacy version. I didn't see any difference. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Realise at that point that I'm hitting the wrong guy. Yeah, but it's nice to clear him out of the way. Look, Arctic Blast. I mean, get out of the way and he immediately resummons. Normally at this point I'd be going back to town and waiting for him to disappear. But actually, did I tell you this player's 8? I think I did about 40 times. I'm going to put some magic fine gear on because I just can't help myself. The game is just so rewarding for the goodies. So let's watch him die. Ooh, symbolic. Shattered victory there. As he melts immediately. Oh wow, Poignard. Wait, is that Wizard Spike? Is that... Are you kidding me? Oh my god, it's Spine Ripper. Well, never mind. That's actually not a bad dagger for Mick Dagger, but, well. Gold Wrap. pretty nice. 30% magic find. Battle branch, completely useless. Drink that thawing potion. Celebration shot. The limoncello. I'll identify this as well. I love the art for this one. Storm Strike. So nice bit of loot there. Actually, I can grab everything. I'll identify these just for the curious. Yeah, pointless. So here we are, lads. Back in our usual spot. Quite a good fun build, actually. Classic strength. Dexterity higher than normal. Actually quite enjoyed that too. Not just pumping vitality for a change. A few points in energy. We're a bit ashamed, but worth it. Skills, I think you probably know what they are. Arctic Blast and Cyclone Armor. Nice to be able to max them both out this game as well. Actually almost hitting 1000 damage. I mean, it's nice to get that Arctic Blast up to level 23. We'll get another 2 levels from Spirit, and then we'd probably get 1 more from the Helm, which we're only soldering away from. And that could take us most of the way through Hell. Looking at some of the fire skills there, it'd be interesting to maybe try a run with those soon. So Blood Crescent Scimitar. Ort. Great. Yeah, we're a little far away, but the +2 Arctic Blast is very nice. That was a really good find. This shield, wow, probably one of the best items I've ever found on normal, I'll be honest. I might be overstating that. The old double Nagel ring. I've got a lot of my magic find gear on now, so it's not particularly good. Stealth armor, of course. The belt actually looks pretty bad. Probably worth putting gold wrap on just to not look so uncool. Some classics here. Thanks as always, guys. What can I say? Maybe it's nice for some of you to see me back playing Diablo 2, but yeah, if you like, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Like, great to hear what you thought about the run, and anything else you want to see. Next video very likely to be my Icewind Dale run, which is an interesting one. Oh my god, you can get back behind this bar. Why have I never done this before? Game changing, absolutely game changing. Drinks are on me. Look at all the drinks I could choose from. So many slime drinks. Well look, thanks guys, and look forward to seeing you in the next one.